tock, tick tock. 3, 2, 1, ignite. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Hey, you guys. It's Wellness Wednesday again, and I have a special topic for you today. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Maaike Science. This morning I introduced myself as Maaike's Wellness. Well, I'm almost changing my last name, but it's not. It's Maaike Science, and I have built Maaike's Wellness for you to share with you all the baggage of things that I have learned around like my last 15 years to help you improve the quality of your life. So if you're here today and you're listening to the replay, or say live, if you're listening live, and if you're saying here today watching the replay, also do hashtag replay. So the topic for today, let's dig into it right away. So how to overcome struggles in life, especially through midlife years, because that is the people who I help, right? And that's how the experiences that I have had. So that's the only people that I can help. So how do we get over the struggles of midlife years? Maybe you're feeling struggling because your body is not functioning the way you want it. Maybe the things around your life, your relationship, your business. And I always like to talk about everything, all those things, because everything affects everything. One thing impacts everything else, and one decision also impacts everything else. So health is much more than just a good diet and exercising. Who thought here that being healthy is just, okay, I need to go on a diet and lose the weight and then I'm healthy? Well, wrong. Wrong. Creating health means you're changing your lifestyle. When you have struggles in your health or in your life, it's because of all the decisions that you have made all through your entire life, and the lifestyle that you're having is not matching what you want. So when we're having a struggle, it's because our decisions and our lifestyle that we want are not matching the decisions that we're doing every single day. So let me ask you, what makes the difference between the person that succeeds and another person failing, and they both have the same goal? And I'm talking about success because I've been also dealing with some struggles. I've been dealing with some things, and what we experience in ourselves, sometimes the world, and I think I've talked about this before, all the world, in some point, we're all experiencing it too. So I'm sharing this with you so that you can maybe feel reflected on this and reflect on you with what I have to share. So hopefully this inspires you too. So life is filled of struggles. We do not want to avoid struggles, right? We can't avoid struggles. It's how we see the struggle, how we address the struggle, that makes the big difference in how we feel and how we succeed. So it's more about how we equip ourselves with the fuel or the resources and the tools to learn how to address the struggles. So we cannot avoid them. They're gonna be there for the entire life. And if we didn't have struggles, we would not move. We would be static, right? So when struggle comes and you're trying something, and you start feeling like things are going really well, let me demonstrate a little bit of what's happening. Yesterday, I got an invitation to have an interview inside another Facebook group, a very, very large Facebook group, which is women 40 and over, and creating their second act in life. So second act is like we're 50s or close to 50s. We want something better. We are kind of reinventing ourselves, right? So if the second or the midlife is kind of, okay, recreating ourselves really what we want. So our body or our heart starts saying something. So I was in this talk and I was super excited. I had the best day yesterday. Like everything was rolling wonderfully, and the conversation and the interview was wonderful. So it's like, yay, I feel like in heaven, right? And this morning, guess what? I wake up and I feel like defeated. I feel like, what is going on with me? It's like, okay, I felt so good yesterday. What is going on? And we have those moments. So when we have those moments, what happens right there? And I want to share with you this because we all go through that. And when we have that self-doubt come, it's like how we address that self-doubt, that, because we're all human, right? How we address that judgment. Do we judge it, or do we become curious and try to learn about it? So that is one of the things that through coaching you learn to do. It's like, okay, how do we address the things that I'm doing right now so that they can become better? So what happens when you have self-doubt? That's also a limiting belief, right? Of things and the things that are going through your mind, that it's only a habit of the things that you usually do. And sometimes you start criticizing yourself. Sometimes you feel like, okay, I'm defeated. So what now? I'm going to throw the towel. I'm gonna give up, right? So when that self-doubt comes, are you feeling self-doubt? Let me know in the comments. Have you felt self-doubt before? Just write hashtag self-doubt. This morning I was feeling that down, and you know how one of my powerful tools that I do for myself every day, and I also teach my clients to do, and it's not easy, but I went back to my journal. My journal is like my confidential, right? And for many years I didn't do journaling, and I thought it was like guru and crazy. But you guys, let me show you. I have my journal right here, and I start writing. And I start writing and asking myself this question. It's like, why am I feeling this feeling right now? So, and then I start reading of all the things that I have been writing, and all the things that I have been doing, and all the things that I've been growing on. And it's so beautiful to see the progression that you can see of yourself. But if you don't write it, you cannot keep a journal. You cannot see that. So a lot of times we want to get to a place and we forget all the things that we have already done to get there. So that self-doubt or self-belief, it can pull us down, all the way down again, if we don't have the tools to remember who we are right there. So hopefully this is making sense to you. So I wanted to make it easy for you today and share with you some of the things that you can do when that self-doubt comes. So I want to share with you 3 things to remember, right? When you have self-doubt and you're working towards a goal, maybe it's becoming more healthier, maybe it's working on a project that you want to really see fulfilled, that you want a better income, you want a better relationship, whatever you're working on, remember that self-doubt is going to come at some point. And it usually comes when you're close to getting that success that you want. Let me tell you some experience that I had. So before I share with you the three things, I want to share with you what I did this morning. It's like I asked in my journal, well, actually, I'm going to share with you first the three things. So, number one, when you have self-doubt, ask yourself, who am I? And so, who are you? Let me ask you directly. You are not all your titles. And that was one of the questions that I got asked yesterday in the interview. And I knew that question was going to come. Who are you? Maaike, tell us who you are. We usually, the natural answer for many of us, at least for me, is like, oh, I'm the mom of, I'm the wife of, I'm the coach, I am the driver, I am the shopper, I am the cook, I am... How many hats do we have as women? That's a hard one. We have so many hats that in midlife or menopause or mid-age, we have forgotten who we are. And if we don't have all those hats, who are we? So the first question to ask yourself is, who am I if I don't have all those titles? Well, the answer is inside you. You are you before anything else. And I want you to remember that. Remember, you are you first above any titles that you put your labels on or any hats. We can be all those hats, but before we're being all those hats, we are also us. And I should have worn a hat, so I pretend I have a hat. So here's my hat. Here's my hat. Number two, what do you want? Be real with yourself. And I ask myself, what do you want, Maaike? What is that you want? And for 15 years, I've been building myself into the person that I am here today talking with you. I want to be a good human. I want to be a good human being that provides tools and resources to others to improve the quality of their life with the tools that I have learned, and make it simple, right? But sometimes this is a hard question. When I first was asked, what do you want? It's like, well, it's hard to define that and to narrow it down to one thing. And because we feel that if we narrow it down to one thing, what is it that we want, we're going to miss out on other things. But sometimes defining exactly what we want, it's exactly what is going to give us the roadmap to knowing where we want to go in our health, in our life, in our relationships, in our business, everything. So that gives us the roadmap to help us. So defining what we want. And that is the number one step that we do when my clients come to me and we work on that roadmap, right? To know exactly where you are, where you're coming from, and where you are headed. So defining that. So number one, I said, your question to ask is, who am I? What I want, defining that. And number three, and you know what? This is fire too. This is the wood to the fire, the fuel to keep you going. I've talked to so many women, and one of the first things that they feel in this midlife, and that's what my one thing that I was feeling is like, why, who am I and where am I going? So meaning, right? But what is the driver that takes us to where we want to go? It's your why. Why are you doing the work that you're doing? Why are you here in this world? Why do you want to be a better mom? Why do you want to create better health? Why do you want to live a better quality of life? Well, actually, that's the answer, right? You want a better quality of life. So why are you doing everything that you're doing, working on? That is the answer to all your questions. And that is the driver to where you want to go. So this morning I went back and I asked myself, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I here speaking to you today? Why am I doing what I'm doing every day? Why do I wake up every morning? What is my driver? And I went back into, okay, all of a sudden I have flashbacks of the books that I have been reading, all since past 10 years. And start with why, right? That is one of the books. And Think and Grow Rich. And Who Stole My Cheese? And those, everything that we learn every single day plants a little seed in our brain and our mind. That's why personal development is so important. So learning your reason why you want to do what you want to do and feel better is very, very important. So have your resources. So we all want different things. They might change along the way, but one of the reasons to keep you going is your why. And so many times the reason why we feel so lost is because we have forgotten how to tap into our inner resources. Do you want to know a secret? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Do you want to know a secret? You have all the resources that you need to be successful in every area of your life. You might be heard this, and I say to you this out loud because I need to also listen it to myself, right? The more I speak out, the more I help myself and I help you too. So we're all in this together. So for me to show up here today to speak to you, it's my driver because that is my motivation also to show up to this world, show up for myself, show up for you to provide you with the tools. So that is my mission right there. My mission is to provide you with the tools and the resources of how to tap into your inner resources. You have the tools inside. Maybe you have not learned how to tap into those inner resources so that you can lose the weight, so you can feel better, so that you can get healthy. So I want to illustrate another two cases or little stories, if I may, of two of my very loved clients. So two of my very loved clients, they came to me when we had a first initial conversation. They came to me like a last resource. They had tried numerous things to improve their health, the state of their well-being. They were not happy with who they were and how they were feeling. And it happened to be also midlife crisis, right? It's like close to their 50s. And that's where all the things start happening. So they came to me as like okay, they both said, you are my last chance. You're my last stop. If you cannot help me, then I'm done. I'm giving up. So when we're able to have that trust in someone else to help us, guide us with the steps, and we are able to overcome that self-doubt, that then you're much closer to your goal. You never know, maybe you're 3 inches away from reaching your goal. And I posted this morning a little, I'll go back to that. But imagine your goal is a delicious piece of cheese. And there is a book that is called Who Stole My Cheese that I read a while back. But imagine your goal is getting to that piece of cheese that is so delicious that you can almost savor it because you're very close to it, to reaching. So you're one or 2 inches away from getting that step into reaching your cheese to enjoy the deliciousness of it. And what happens? Something gets in the way, like, and usually it's our mind, right? It's like, no, this is too hard. So sometimes we just need to go ahead and do the little stretch. And this morning, as I was trying to figure out, okay, what am I talking? What is this self-doubt trying to tell me, and how am I gonna share it with you guys? I see a text from my mom, and she says, oh, by the way, today is it would have been my father's birthday, so my grandfather. And my grandfather, he was born in Holland, and he immigrated from Holland to the US. And he is an example of determination, perseverance, and determination. So I think the message from me today is be persistent and be determined on achieving the goal that you want. And I think that my feeling that I had today comes from there. Comes from, it's not mine, it's something that I received that I'm sharing with you today. And that is my mission too, is like I'm a receiver, I'm a connector for you to get the results that you want. When you get into my sphere of energy, I help see those things that you're not seeing for yourself. So that is a message for today too, is like, be persistent in the goal that you want, because you can achieve anything that you want. So going back to these two clients, they had tried numerous things, and then they started working with me. Well, we start having some results. They start feeling good. And then they said, well, one session, they said, okay, I'm feeling good. I don't need this anymore. I said, remember that this is exactly where you need to push harder. They were one decision away from making it all the results happen for them. And the coach is there to hold them accountable, to help them get past that difficult moment and say, hey, don't give up right now, and let's keep going. Well, after that session, things started showing for them. They started seeing the results that they wanted. But if they would have quit right there, then like myself, if I would have quit this morning and say, at the crap, I'm not gonna do the life, right? If I'm quitting, then I'm only quitting on myself. So I don't want you to quit on yourself. I want you to give you the opportunity to show up for yourself every day so that you can be and have everything that you want. So I'm very touched by Mother's Day this week, right? We had Mother's Day on Sunday, and on Mexico it's on Tuesday. It's on the 10th, so it was yesterday. Mothers and Mother Nature, we are the pillars of our society, of our family. We are pillars. Women, I want you to see that for yourself today. You are the pillar of your home. You're the pillar of your business, of your homemaking. You're the pillar of nature. Without us, the world would not exist. I want you to value that today. I want you to honor that person that you are today and all the struggles that you have been going through already to get to where you are. So maybe you're not feeling how you want to feel, but look at who you have been all these years and where you are right now. So you are a pillar. You need to feel at your best, because when you do, you give better to the others. And I think you have heard me say this on and on and on, but I will keep insisting, because when women feel better, we are powerful, yes, and you have big guns too, or you can make them happen. So what is my mission here with you today in speaking to you? I help you become resourceful and help you with all the tools and all the equipment that you need in your baggage to backup tools so that you can simplify your life, so that you can have a healthy life and feel better with yourself. Whether you're struggling with menopause, whether you're struggling with a health issue, whether you're having struggles with your mindset and your heart is in one place, your body is in another, and your mind is just trying to take you somewhere else. And when those three things are not connected, then it's very hard to make progress in the world and in whatever you want to achieve. So I know this phase for me was so confusing, but remember those three things. And I want you to do something today. I invite you to ask yourself these three questions and pull out your journal throughout this day if you can today. That's much better. But I know that sometimes it's like, we don't have time, I don't have time. Well, if you don't make time for yourself, guess what? You're not going to have improvements. So today I want you to pull out your journal and ask yourself these three questions. Who am I? What do I want? And why do I want that? And you will see that it is not easy to answer these questions. If you have difficulty even answering these questions, you're not alone. Just don't give up. And when you cannot even answer these questions, it's know that there are resources out there. Know that I can help you define what you want so that you can keep going on what you want. So I can help you define that, and that is one of the things that we do in coaching. So this is an invitation for you. Here's my invitation as a mother and as a Mother's Day gift. I want to invite you to take your big leap of faith, trust yourself enough, and make one decision and having one conversation with me, and you will not regret it. If you are struggling and you want to feel better, you will not regret this conversation. The magic always happens in the conversations, and you will have a better picture of where you stand and where you want to head. Because when we express, we're able to kind of define and get more clarity. When we have everything in our mind and we don't share it, then it's harder to figure out how to get there. So get it out of your brain and out in paper and out in voice, because when you get there, then you feel much better. So what keeps me going and growing again is showing up for myself today. So let me know in the comments if this is helpful for you. I want to know if this conversation is helpful for you. Listen and write in the comments what is one thing that you're taking away from this conversation. If it makes sense or not, what is resonating in your heart with what I shared today. And I do have, as you know, I created a group coaching for you to get even further away with this experience of getting to know yourself better. And for Mother's Day, I'm giving a promotion. I have a promotion of 40% off for the first 10 people that sign up with me. So if you want more information about that, book your conversation and you will seal that 40% off when you sign up with me today. So hope you have a great day. I hope this was helpful for you, and I want to hold your arm and say, show up for yourself. You are a precious person and you need to feel better so that you can do and have everything that you want. Sending you love and light with much love, Maaike. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.